gave us rain, and our barns overflow grains. So much abundance, so much gain. There's so many die for hunger pain. Overseers plunder, destroy and rape. No remorse, no shame. In desperation the victims pay, and the innocent take the blame. Whoa. Tell me why do they have to cry? Signs and wonders all over. Signs and wonders all over. Crime is second nature. Killing is glorified on the television. A big headline that's fed to the nations. Love is far and wide. Why love is far and wide, it brings a bumping and a boring, dog situation. Bumping and a boring, cheating, backbiting. Bumping and a boring, dog situation. Bumping and a boring, cheating, backbiting.
Greetings, ReggaeBitz&Pcs family. My guest is a veteran musician of over 40 years. He's from Little London, Westmoreland, Jamaica, but now resides in South Carolina. He's a singer, songwriter, he plays the guitar, and he's the leader of the Mystic Vibrations band. It's my pleasure to welcome Ric Williams. Welcome, Ric.
Yes, bless up, everyone. Yes.
All right, Ric, let's start from the beginning. Tell us a little about your formal years in Jamaica, where you went to school and what was it like growing up in Little London, Westmoreland?
Yeah, well, I went to school in Little London there, primary school, and then I went, after when I was 12, now I go to the secondary school, and that's where I started in my musical journey, because I used to learn a lot of theory in school. We have a teacher who came from England, and she used to teach us a lot of theory. I didn't play an instrument at the time at 12, but I know a lot of theory. If you want to talk about diminuendo, crescendo, you name it. I know all the different terms, and she used to get the exam them from England, grade 1 right up to grade 8, So we know a lot of things about the theory part of music from secondary school, And during my musical journey there, I used to never get less than 100 in my musical exam. Every exam I do, I get 100.
Nice.
Once I got 95 because the same teacher that teach me music teach me Spanish. So in the Spanish exams, he came in and he said, if you don't have a HB2 pencil, please get out my class. So I didn't have a pencil. And so I get out, So I didn't do the Spanish exam. And she said, I'm going to take away 5 marks off your music because you didn't do the Spanish exam, So that's the only time I ever get 95. And it wasn't because I get 95, it was because she took 5 off,
Oh.
Yeah. And,
She robbed your man.
Yeah, robbed me. I was mad about it, but hey, what can you do? And I used to sing in school, secondary school. That's when I started singing at 12. I used to do the MC program, and they keep concerts, and I MC those programs and sing on them. Them time it was like Wildflower and them kind of songs used to be popular back then. And I used to sing them kind of songs.
Come a
So
little closer to the mic, Rick.
yeah, I used to sing them kind of songs, Wildflower and stuff like that. Most American type songs. And there was a teacher there who plays piano, named Mr. Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother used to send me to this lady down in Little London there to learn organ, but I never feel inspired learning from her because she was in the kitchen cooking and I was practicing, and she would say, go back over that section, So it was a hands-on thing, so I never liked it.
Yeah.
But because I think my mother wanted me was to play in the church, and all that. So she'd let me go practice the organ, but I never want to play like that. I want to play what I'm hearing on the radio.
Yeah.
So I said to the teacher, look, can you teach me a few things? That was Mr. Malcolm was the name of the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, yeah, I can teach you a few things, but after school. So anyway, the school got so crowded that they have to split the school in two, a morning shift and an evening shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't get to practice the piano because I would be disturbing the rest of classes.
Mm-hmm.
So he said to me, look, I got a guitar at home. Would you like it? And I said, what? Yes, I would love it.
All
So
right.
he bring the guitar. The time I was about 16,
Mm-hmm.
when I first started playing the guitar. And he came and showed me like the first three chords, And he told me, look, go home, it's gonna take you a while and practice But because I used to sing, every time I hold the guitar, I'm hearing a song. So I'm singing along while I'm playing because I'm hearing these changes.
Mm-hmm.
So then 2 weeks after, he said I'd come back 2 weeks to check him. Not before then. When I went back, he said, man, I never see anybody learn so fast. Some songs I start to play. Yeah. So that was Mr. Malcolm there. And that's where my musical journey started. The minute I started playing, I found a band. I was passing this guy who was a tailor
Mm-hmm.
on Top Road where I live. And he said, he see me one day with a guitar. He said, come here. I went to him. He said, well, he told me he loved music. So if I can come by and practice with him. And I said, well, I would have to ask my father. So I asked my father, and he said, well, if you can come back before 11 o'clock at night, you can go. So I make sure I don't let 11 o'clock catch me out there. I went there and practiced with him. So this one night we're practicing, and another guy came by, and he started to play a song named Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I couldn't play Stand By Me. So I look at him and learn the song. And I said to him, well, like you got to be the bass player then, man. And so he started coming. His
Uh-huh.
name was Stash, and he come and start practicing with us. And, that was when that little band started. That wasn't even my band. That was the Taylor guy band. So his name was Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
So he called himself Sonny Mughead. So it was Sonny Mughead and the Pagaragas. That was the name of that band. And we play around, but we never know anything much at that time. So people used to laugh at us and those are little idiots, and but we never give up. So we started playing concerts now, and we needed more musicians because we have to have good other players. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to rehearse in my mother's kitchen, and this one guy came one night, and we had a little goat skin drum set that we set up. We find some way to get some wood and make some pedals and stuff like that, and we used stove and make cymbals and we
Innovative,
improvise.
man.
Yeah, we improvise. And he came in. We'd have a drummer, but he couldn't play. And this guy came that night and asked if he could play the drum. And the drummer that was sitting around the drum asked me, should I give him a play? And I said, yeah, let's hear him, man. Let's hear what he got. So the guy come inside the kitchen and start playing. I never hear them drum sound so good. The goat skin drum, that was Paul Francis. And he become our drummer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At the time now, this other guy was playing bass. The same guy I was telling about. He started to play, his name Stash. But he couldn't remember some of the songs. So we needed somebody who could remember this stuff. So I started teaching him to play guitar, rhythm guitar. And same drummer said he know a bass player in South.
Mm-hmm.
So he bring that that bass player by the name of Hammer. And Hammer came and started playing with us. And then we were all in school at the time. So he said, look, I got a scholarship to go to Veer, Veer Tech
Virtech, yeah.
yeah, because he plays soccer. So he said, well, I got to go to school. And we said, no problem, man, we understand. So he left, and then the CM drummer again said, I know another bass player. And I said, man, you know everybody? And he said, yeah, man. So I said, bring him come. And he bring him come. When he come, it was Lindell, LA.
LA, oh.
Yeah, so when he started playing with us, and he was kind of a little shy about it because he was just learning to.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, don't worry about it, man. We're learning too.
You saw the potential, though, right?
Oh Lord, he was the right fit for us because the other guy, he was a little cocky, just like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little cocky musician, and when he walk with his hand hanging off like that.
It's all about
You know
him,
the kind,
right?
yeah, the kind of guy. Eh? So he never really fit our because we're more rootsy, we're more down to earth people. But Lindell come right in and fit in with us nicely, And we continue with Lindell for the longest time because we started this guy who was the principal for this primary school. He's a guy like to keep concerts and stuff like that. So he said to me, I want to keep a pageant, a beauty
Mm-hmm.
pageant. And if we would play, I said, yeah, sure. So he gave us a schoolroom to practice in and everything. And, he said, give us a little cupboard to lock up the stuff and thing. And we played there for him. Then he said to me, look, I know this guy down there in Negril got a hotel named The Villas.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to go? And then we young, we teens. So I said, of course, would love. I never miss an opportunity. If somebody tell me something, I'm jumping on it.
Of course.
Yeah. So he said, okay, I set up an audition for you. So he went there, talked to the Mr. Box and Cook there. He was the owner for the hotel there. And he said, yeah, bring them, come, let me know. So he's sitting up at this little area there having a meal, and we set up and play for him. When he hear the first few songs, he say, "Oh yeah, I love it, I love it." And he called me to the office. He said, "All right, we give you 6 nights a week, and we give away a meal. You get a meal and you get a drink and blah blah blah. We work out the details. So now we have to think about a place to stay because that is in Negril now, and none of us live in Negril.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be 6 nights a week, so we gotta stay there. We can't just drive back every night because back in them days, no transportation. So we went up to Red Ground, heard of a room up there. I rented this one room, 2 beds in the one because that's all we could afford. And 3 man over on that bed over there. you know,
Come
sometimes
closer to the mic, Rick.
eh?
Come closer to the mic.
Yeah. Sometimes you hear a man say, Man, you squeeze me up, man. Go back, come on.
Those are the days, right?
Those are the days. So we continued with that for a while, and then people start to know about the band now, and they want us to do backing for like any artist who come to Negril.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first show was with JC Lodge, and this guy booked JC Lodge run by Kaiser Cafe. And it was a Sunday night, and we went there. You have guys like Keith Poppins,
Mm-hmm.
Freddie McKay, David Isaac. Those are the popular guys in that time, the 70s, late 70s, yeah. And JC Lodge was just coming out, with that
Telephone Love.
Telephone Love. No, before Telephone, Someone Love You Honey.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Someone Love You Honey. That was the popular song then. And she came down, did the show, people love it. And those days, not a lot of people, because tourists would start, finding about Negril and, that kind of thing. So, but we do a lot of backing after that, start. But the equipment was our main problem. We never have the right equipment. So if a guy come and have equipment, we try to gravitate towards that and play with him,
Was
So
that band the Londonians? The Londonians?
yes, the Landonians, yes. That was the
Okay.
Landonians. And then we have this band Landonians because we never have enough proper equipment,
Mm-hmm.
And this guy came from America, Chescott James, which we call him Jamai. And he brings some good equipment from America because he was coming home, and he wanted some musicians. So we went over and played with him, and we started backing all these all of the singers from Jamaica, Mighty Diamonds, Culture, you name it,
The top
Big,
tier.
yeah, top tier, Big Youth, all of them. Then we do an album with him named Get Wise, and that album caused us to play on Sunsplash, 1985, as a band, very first band from the West that played Sunsplash,
Yeah, that was big time at that time.
Yeah, big time there. That time Sling Thing and them tune was a big popular
Yeah.
tune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're back. Wayne Smith after we do our thing, then we come back and back him do his set, But back in the days, we would travel to like Grange Hill, Kendall, Hanover, Savlamar, you name the places, Cave, all these little surrounding areas and play,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we go to, like, say, for example, Grange Hill and play there. But certain time of night, you can't get no transportation to come back home.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So there's two things. You either have to sleep in at the place you play, or you start walking, So you have to choose your battle, which if you want to walk. So sometimes we choose to walk, and we walk and we reach to them cane field area, then a man get hungry, we just bust 2 cane and,
Yeah.
But the beauty about the ending of that now, there was a guy working at the patty shop in Little London, a tighter patty shop. And he was the brother of our guitar player, one of our guitar player. So we'd go there and knock the zinc. Boom, boom, boom. And he said, "Who is that?" He said, "It's me, Stash, man." He said, "All right. Give me 30 minutes, man. I'll just put them in the oven." And he gonna give us some patty. It's 6 hours, so it's a dozen patty coming out, So Mr. Tight, I don't know how much he may help us back in them times, but he never know about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so
But the journey, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
that's interesting. Who were your earliest influences growing up?
Well, when we grew up, I'll tell you something. They got a man named Ali White. He come from Brighton,
Mm-hmm.
And he used to come out the Little Island Square there. And he's a man that love to drink, you know. So he would drink, but he always have his guitar with him, you know.
Mhm.
And when he drink, you think it's Chuck Berry or one of these guys. Whenever time he drink, he just put on a show, you know.
Really? Oh.
Yes, and he dance and play, and you know he just really drunk and carry on, you know. So he was one of my early inspiration because I used to watch him a lot. And that time I never played. I was young. I was a kid, you know. And then they have this other guy living next door to me. He was like a painter and he fixed bicycle. So he teach me a lot of things to fix bicycle and you know I can build up the rim and you know all these
Yeah,
things.
Rick, come closer to the mic.
Yeah, yeah. And his name he was a painter named
Hmm.
Joan Man. We call him Joan Man. But he play a little guitar too, you know. So my father used to keep a guitar at the house for a guy who playing in the church, in his church, you know.
Hmm.
And they used to put it underneath the bed. So I used to go and take it out and, you know, strum it a little bit. I don't know what I was doing. And then this other guy, you know, he would take it, you know, and he can play like a couple of cards, you know, and he called it Bolero style and he started to play some stuff, you know. And I watch him. So those were one of my early influence when it comes to guitar playing. Because back then when we were coming up, Bob Marley never did make it yet, you
Hmm.
know. But we
Hmm.
know
True.
of Bob Marley, we know of him, and we know of Peter and all these guys because Peter come from Westmoreland too, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we know all of these people and know about them, but they never make it big yet, you know. So we used to play some whalers too. And then we used to have Jonah Brathwaite, who was in the whalers, and he used to come to Negril. And sometimes he come up to where we were playing and he would sing all his Bob Marley songs, you know, and thing and Wheeler's song. And we used to play for him. There was other guy used to come to the villas too. He was an American dreadlock brother, white guy.
Hmm.
And he would go to the beach and announce the show and we would see the place start full up. Each week we played, you know, we start to full up because he would walk the beach and announce live music up by the villas tonight, you know the way that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and the people come on up and then he sing a couple songs. So I remember this one night significantly. A guy, a big white guy, grab him and throw him in the pool. The guy said, "I don't want to hear no white Bob Marley," and just threw him in the pool. You know, and he got so mad. You know, few good things happen along the way. You know, yeah.
Oh boy. Um, how has your cultural background influenced your music?
Well, I tell you what, I used to go to the Adventist church. That was where my mother used to go. You know.
Hmm.
And I used to watch them because there was this lady playing the organ, and I used to love watching her, you know. And come to find out, my auntie, which is my mother's sister, she was an organist in another church somewhere. So it's a musical, I kind of have music in the family. My mother used to sing on the choir,
Hmm.
and in church, my father, I used to hear them wake up like every Saturday morning before they go to church. And they would just, both of them start singing this harmony coming out of the room, both of them singing together, you know?
Beautiful.
Yes, and I mean, I used to love hear that. Then my mother used to clean the floor with, them coconut brush.
Yes, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
that's what my mother used to use, and she used to play music on it. She have a beat that she play when she shine in the floor,
Kind
you
of.
know?
Hmm.
And we get around her, man, I want to hear the rhythm again, you know? And she always played for us, so that was my early musical, you know,
Background
exposure.
exposure.
Yeah, yeah,
Rick,
because
how would you describe your music, right, to somebody who has never heard it before?
well, music, as we say, it is spiritual. My music is spiritual, you know, and music is a vibration, and we all are vibrating beings. You know, we energized by the sun and the earth and everything. So it's like everything is one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and music is just a part of this whole big circle. You know, if I hear a bird sing something, I can take up my guitar and play something towards it because I like how that bird sound. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
we all learn. I learn from the whole universe. I learn from the ants. You know, the ants have a pattern. You know, if you really check the ants out,
That's
if you
deep.
live, eh?
That's deep.
Yeah, the ants have a pattern. When there's a season, when it's warm, you will see them, and whenever it's cold, you're not going to see no ants. Them gone somewhere underground, deep. But during the summertime, they gather and them under there living. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Them,
true.
them, them, them gather up and live under there. So I learned from even the ants. You know, that's how I look at my music. It is a connection. For example, I'm here at my place,
Mm-hmm.
and next door they got lots of chicken and ducks and things. They all gravitate to my yard, yeah, because I don't know what they love over here so much. You know, yeah. And I see them and I go there, talk to them. I say, hey man, y'all doing all that, you know. And I am a man who I will buy a watermelon, and every morning I get up as the sun rises because I want to get some sun. So I go sit down on the front page there. I make the sun beat on me and eat my watermelon. You see them see me start eating watermelon. Everybody get up. Me don't know how they know me got watermelon. They
Rick is
get
the
around.
energy man. It's energy.
Yes,
Your
yes,
energy. Your
yes.
energy.
And you know what? The ducks, they are the ones who really love the watermelon because the minute we come out the watermelon, the ducks them start calling one another. About 5, 6 of them used to start come over, stand up out there, and they love the seed, you know. So I give them a seed, and then I will cut up the little the skin part of it and make sure so they can eat that too. If you throw it out, the ducks not going to eat that, but then we eat when you cut it up, then we eat that,
Mm-hmm.
So me talk to them all the time, and I tell you a thing, they got a net funny looking one over there that come over here make a funny high pitched sound. I don't know what kind of way to call him, but he look more like a peacock or something like that. But one day he come right at my door here and make a sound, and I say, you telling me somebody come in here, and the minute that bird left and gone over prayer, somebody come here come touch me, you know. So it's a high thing, Yeah, that's
I'm
the
telling you,
connection. Yeah.
you're connected with these animals and stuff, you know.
Yes.
Um, Rick, you were quoted in an article written by Carl Blackman in
Oh
December
yeah.
29, 2022, where you said, and I quote, creating music is one's legacy. It is one's deepest inner thoughts that has been recorded and will remain for many years after one exits this plane. Traveling in itself is an educational journey and a gathering of one's family within this period that is given to us on this plane. Meeting new people and bonding is irreplaceable. Close quote. By saying this, you've created a visual of being a songwriter, recording artist, and a performing artist. Is this how you feel every time you write a song, record the song, then perform the track?
Yes, that's the way I feel because I don't write a song unless I'm inspired. You see, if I don't, I can get up every day, and think about a subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can say, I love somebody, or I like that tree, or whatever. You pick a subject, and you can write about it every day. But to me, that is not inspiration. Inspiration is when you hear something in your head For example, I had a song named "Long Time Never See You." It sounds like a almost like a mentor type reggae type,
Uh-huh.
and I was washing one day, and a message come on my phone. I'd have a friend, a girlfriend, and she said, I, she needed me to come and pick her up. I didn't see her for a while. And I just get this message suddenly, and I was playing the track on my computer because I was just recording it, and I never
Mm-hmm.
have any lyrics yet. So the minute I read her text, I was washing. I leave the washing and pick up the microphone and just start singing the song.
Wow.
Sometimes let me never see you, let me hold your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I would just
Oh,
start to sing and non-stop singing right through the whole thing. That is inspiration. So if I
wow.
and think about it, I wouldn't could have write it because you know it just come and flow and you just follow. You know,
You just go with it.
yeah. So I think it's a divine thing. I think there's a connection between some unseen and seen. That's why I view things.
Yeah. You you formed the Mystic Vibrations in 1993. Who are the current members and how many albums has the band recorded? And are all your songs originals?
Yeah, everything that we do is original. We got one album named Busy Street there that we had done, and there was another.
Volume, Mike.
Yeah,
Rick.
Busy Street is one of our album, and
Mm-hmm.
there's another album, People Get Ready. That was the only two we did at the time, and then I did Patient Man not so long ago, a couple of years ago. But the group evolved in different. So well, people come, people go.
Yeah.
And when people come, I accept. When they leave, I accept because I don't force nobody to stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Nor the way I look at it, I say if Father wants somebody to not be in your presence, he will move them away from you. So I don't get mad if a bass player leave or a drummer leave or.
Mm-hmm.
I find a replacement somehow. I always find a replacement. So the group presently is we are five of us. So a percussion player, drummer, percussion player which is we call him Caution. Drummer is Dusty. Um, bass player is Fox. Keyboard player is Marcus, and myself, guitarist and singer. Yeah. So that's a group. That's a group right now. Occasionally we bring in another keyboard player because we have another keyboard player work out with us
Oh,
sometimes. Yeah.
but generally, it's just five of you.
Yeah, five of us.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What's the story behind the creation of the band's first album, and how did it feel to release it?
Well, at the time, that was how everybody feel, and whatever vibration going on at the same time during that time. That's how we feel, and we put it together and go in the studio. We rehearsed it first because at the time we had a steady set of musicians, that we were working with, and then we put the thing together. Went in the studio and did it, and then released it. It was special at that time, and we were very young because we just started out and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
if you really listen to the sound back then compared to now, you see the contrast because
Mm-hmm.
back then, everybody was we, we weren't much learning, but we were still young, getting to know each other and gelling,
Mm-hmm.
because music is a thing where it's a chemistry. You
Yeah.
might have a band with lots of great guys, and when you listen to them, they don't sound so good because everybody's trying to play above the other.
Yeah.
And you might have a team who is just a team, You might have one great person and two great person, but it is not a clash because everything is working together, you know. And that unit might sound better than even the other unit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one second. As you said that, I was talking to this guy. He's a musician and he's a producer as well. His name is I Feel. He's also on my channel. And I remember he was saying that musicians, when they come together and play and they play in their own pocket, it's sweet. So I guess that's what you're pretty much saying. Everybody has to be playing in their own pocket. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Everybody has to play in the pocket, yeah. Especially
Right.
the drummer, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the drummer set the tempo, and everybody followed that, join into that pocket, because
Right.
that's what reggae music is a tightness, is a monotony. That's what get people in a trance, yeah.
Yeah. How often does the band play out, and where do you play?
Well, in the summertime we play like sometime four nights a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we play most of the beach areas like Myrtle Beach, Charleston. We have some mountain gigs like Blowing Rocks and Banner Elk and all them places up in the
Hmm.
mountains,
Yeah.
some ski resort areas. And then we do concerts too, like Charleston County Park and all them things, So we have, pretty much booked up during the summer. In the winter, it gets a little bit scanty, but we still play because, you know, we play indoors mostly in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I know you have a studio, Rick, the
Yes.
Manger. How did you come up with the name, the Manger, for your recording studio?
Well, the studio is a tiny studio. So when I remember the birth Jesus, I say, well, he was born in a manger in a little tiny place, but he become a great person, So
Wow,
that's what I got my inspiration from to name it the manger. Yeah,
that's neat. That's
yeah,
neat.
yes.
So you'll never forget, though, when you think of it, the Manger, you'll never forget that with humble beginnings.
Humble beginning.
Remain
Yeah,
humble.
yes, yes, yes,
I like that. That's being grounded.
yes.
Rick, how do you ensure that each performance feels fresh and unique, even if you're playing the same songs night after night?
You know, it's a good question. I'm gonna tell you, each place you go, you don't know what to expect, and that's why you keep it fresh. Because if you get so cocky that you know that these people gonna love you, you're wrong. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you have to go there and feel the people. You know, every
Yeah.
time I enter a room, I don't just blur into a room and just walk around like I know this place. I stand up and I look, I observe first, the surrounding. Because everything is a vibration, as I say, and that
Yeah.
you have to
Mm-hmm.
go in and feel that vibration first. You know, we just played for the Jamaica Relief thing Friday night gone, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in Charleston, which is a place named the Poorhouse.
Mm-hmm.
There was three bands there and things. So we played and it was a nice show. People enjoyed it, and but we never go there to say, well, we are better than this other band or that other band better than us or what. We just go there to
Yes.
support, to do what we do, and do it like it's the first time we're doing it. You know,
I like that.
yeah, and that's how you keep it fresh. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. And people who have seen you before would probably be able to pick up on that energy too. I've seen these guys before and they've played this and stuff, but today it does sound different.
Yes, yes, people can pick up on that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
each show determine its outcome. I
Right.
don't say, well, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do the same thing I did last night. No, I come with a fresh concept. That means Even it might be the same song, but it might play a little bit different, you know.
Right.
We might run the intro for a little longer time, or the ending we might double out something, and you know, just extend it, you know, one
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
But talking about that, what just came to mind just now is
Uh-huh.
running athletics. I just thought about Usain Bolt, and it's like he would run his race and stuff. But I'm thinking that maybe he might have certain set ways to run his race technically, but maybe depending on the situation and who he's running against, he might have to change or tweak something.
Of course.
You
He,
know.
he, he can't go up against certain guys and say, "More delay." You know, but I've hit that track as him
Yeah,
touch as the spike touchdown, so I've start to hit it. You know,
exactly, exactly.
yeah,
If he delays,
yeah.
he'll be denied.
In delay, somebody pass him, man. Hey, as you talk about that, I have a friend. He was in the band too, but he passed. You know, and God bless his soul because he was my closest virgin, and he he was running because we used to do running in school, as I mentioned, running. You know,
Hmm.
and he was a long distance runner. But nobody could have beat him when he in long distance because he live up in Moreland Hill and he run from Moreland Hill come to school, you know.
Hmm.
And he was running this race one time, and just before he reached the tape, he started celebrating, you know,
Oh no.
putting up his hand in the air and people cheering him and him not realizing this guy coming down fast because I heard him.
Oh, nip him.
The guy passed him. He said by the time he look and see the guy pass him, oh man, he couldn't catch the guy again.
Oh, that you
You
never
know?
forgot that.
Yes, you never forget that because me am
Wow.
talk about it all the time. And
Oh
the
my.
same guy, we were traveling one time going up in the mountains and we sitting on he's sitting on tail end of this open pickup. Have two guitars, one in the left, one in the right, and we're going up this hill. And the guy draw a gear and he fly back, drop off, and but he make a somersault and drop back on the foot over there. And we have to knock the top of it, the thing. Whoa, well, I'm a guard, well, on the side. Captain drop off the thing, yeah, you know. And he jump
That's
back and he say, you know, see what happened, man? He say, me drop up on foot, man, over there, man. So, man, yeah, acrobat, yeah. Yeah.
um, all right, Rick, what's the biggest challenge you faced in your music career, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the challenge is when you're not a really famous, popular kind of, you know, you find say a guy might call you and say, well, I got a gig here, man. I want you to come do it. And you
Hmm.
say, all right, give me X, Y. I say, man, we can't give X, Y because so, you know. But what you gonna do? You have to take up the challenge. You have to say, well, hey, I never put on X, you know. So if you more give me X, we go and take it, you know. So that's some of the biggest challenges, the monetary aspect of things, you know.
Yeah.
And we don't watch that because I tell you the truth. If I tell Linda all the time, LA, I say, man, because me and talk every day, you know, cause he was my original bass player and we still do work together because if you have a song, you send it and I do put the guitar on it and mix it and whatnot, you know.
Hmm.
If I have a song, I send it to him, he put the bass, send it back, blah, blah. We use technology in a different way, even if we can't beat together, you know.
Yeah.
Cause he live in Canada, I live in America. So I tell him already every time I him talk, we say, man, if we didn't follow money, we left music a long time,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So that is a challenge, but it is not a challenge to me because I love what I do. You see, and if I have to go there with just my guitar, I can amuse myself, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, and I can make somebody happy,
Yeah.
you know. So that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you haven't given up because I mean I've heard you and you sound good.
I give thanks. I give thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some misconceptions about this genre, reggae, that you'd like to address?
Well, we want to be accepted. mainly, we want it to be not just an underground type of music, you know.
Yeah.
That's because that's what mainly reggae is, you know. Underground. It's like they don't want to play us on their big station here and there and everywhere. But yet they want it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm saying? They have
Mm-hmm.
the young kids coming up who want to take this music and play it. No problem with that. Let us all enjoy it. But let us inherit something too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
The real people, the people who create this music, you know, like the Jamaicans, you know, because enough when I look in the world now and I see what is going on, I see Jamaicans being left out, and it grieves me because Jamaicans are the people who create this music. You see,
Cannot be denied.
right? And we get left out because everybody say, "Well, I'm gonna bring up Ken Boothe, but Ken Boothe can't bring his band. We got a band up here already waiting on him." You know,
Mm-hmm.
yes, somebody we can play the music, just like Bob Marley said. Bob Marley said, "You can duplicate, but you cannot replicate this music."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. This
Yeah.
thing. You know, Peter Tosh said something where is very important. Peter said, "This music is like a wild goat running in the bushes, and everybody's running to grab this goat to control him. Can't
Yeah.
catch
Yeah.
him."
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know? That's what reggae music is. It's a
Yes.
wild goat. You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Reggae
And if
music to the world, man.
yes, and I tell people all the time, I used to listen to me. When I grew up, I used to see some man that dig some iron fork and chop machete, and we don't have no machinery. You know, I've been to the garden with my grandfather plant rice, and I see the hard work that these people do. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what reggae music remind me of: the hard working man.
Yeah.
You know, yes, you have to learn to use machete and hook and fork to play reggae
Yeah.
music. Trust me.
True. 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 Our
Yeah.
musicians have been through a lot, man.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Rick, if you could go back, right, and give
Yeah.
advice to your younger self, just starting in music, what would it be?
Well, I would. The thing that I know about myself, I was very dedicated to the music itself, And I give you an instance because one time my father said to me, if I want to go see a psychiatrist,
Really?
uh, yes, and I asked him why, and he said, "Well, every day you get up again like in peace over there. We don't see you come back out till evening, you know. So something must be wrong with you." So I said, "No, sir, me good, you know." And then me go underneath the cane field over there and sit down. He got a plum tree, a sugar plum tree, and that's where me sit down. And lunchtime, me just climb a tree, pick two plum, eat, go back and practice again. That's how dedicated I was. So that is the advice I'm gonna give myself. So keep on being dedicated to anything that you believe in because that's the only thing you have.
True.
And when I go to school and I see you who could have do carpentry, very good. And I only see him get 2 period in a carpentry. I said to myself when I grew up, I said, man, I wish teacher would give us a whole day in carpentry if somebody's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So he could advance and make a living now outside here instead
Yeah.
of trying to just do all this book work and this will help us sometime. Me not saying not good. It's good for the guy who want to be into accounting or whatever he want to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Right. But so the guy who want to be a carpenter or a mechanic or so, if you see him good at that, push him in that
Yeah.
department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encourage him.
Yeah.
Because we need tradespeople too. Plumbers, you name it.
Right. We need everybody.
Everybody.
I tell you, I was in school one time. That time I just started learning to play, and one day teacher never come to the class, and we Jamaicans stay. Everybody was sing, so everybody I sing, and me I play. No teacher. Oh my God! All of a sudden, I'm me alone. Me here. Me so wait. I walk on. The man them stop sing. What happens? Sir? When we look up, so the vice principal, she grabbed the guitar. She said, "Give it to me." I said, "Miss, no, I'm not going to give you my guitar." Because she said, "Why?" I said, "Well, every time you see me, you tell me you're going to take my guitar, and I'm not going to get it back. So I'm not going to give you my guitar." And she said, "Okay, well, if you won't do that, follow me to the office." So I follow her to the office, and she write me up 2 weeks by me, no school, suspend me, because of my guitar, So
Yeah,
yeah,
dedication. That's dedication, though.
oh man, I tell you,
Yeah. Are you working on any new projects at this time, Rick?
yes, yes. As a matter of fact, right on this computer now, I have a song that I'm working on, yeah, and I'm remaking the Busy Street album too, because at the
Oh,
time I told you, when it was, the song was mature then.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm redoing it right now and trying to get that more solid sound and things.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any last words or shout outs to anyone?
Well, there's no word last. It's a word that is continuous. So we're gonna tell people to keep on doing what you love and never get deterred from that, because that's what life is all about. Is what you vibrate on. That is what going to carry you through life. And another guy can come and tell you, say, do this, and that will be better. No, you have to know that it's going to be better for you within yourself. That's it. We have to look within ourselves to get what is need to be had.
True,
Yeah.
true words. What are your social media handles, Rick, so people can find you?
Oh, it's it's Mystic Vibration up there on the Facebook, and Mystic Vibration Reggae on the what's the next
Instagram?
one here?
Instagram?
Instagram, yes. Yeah. And then we
Okay.
have a website which is mystikmuzik.com.
Okay.
That's our personal website. The band is Mystic, MYSTIC Vibrations with a S, but I couldn't get Mystic Vibration for the website because somebody had taken that already.
Oh,
So I just use Mystic Music, which is MYSTIK, MUZIK, which is also my record label that I work on.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. That's cool.
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
thanks very much for chatting with me. It was a good vibe,
Yes,
and
yes.
just keep spreading reggae music worldwide, man. Jalove.
Non-stop, non-stop. Giving thanks, yes. Bless up. This is Ric Williams from Mystic Vibrations. You're tuned to Reggae Bits and Pieces with D-Lit at the control tower. Big up.